Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and do our first lab that I sent home with you. We're going to be focusing on balloon rockets. Check with your parents first for approval, and let's discuss what the supplies are. You need tape, scissors, string, twine, yarn, something, a couple of straws, and some balloons. I've got some larger and smaller size balloons. Purpose. What we're going to be working on is demonstrating how forces apply to a balloon rocket, right? Dealing with momentum. Now, going back to our first EU, remember when we learned about rockets, right? Rocket is going to be propelled forward because of the energy and action coming out the back. Well, you're going to be doing the same thing with these balloon rockets. Let's discuss a couple things before you start building. When you go to tape the balloon to the straw, you need to make sure that you have it nicely lined up like this, right? So everything can shoot forward evenly. If you do this at an angle, it's going to slow down the rate at which your balloon travels and possibly even spiral around. Things that you will need. You need someone to hold the balloon, because remember, you're only going to be pinching, you're not tying it off. You need another person to run the timer because you're going to run 3 different trials, all right? So for the small balloon and the large balloon, a minimum of 3 trials. You've measured out your string or yarn, so you write your measurements here. And then you're going to be timing it. So here's where my different times for each trial run gets placed. Then I'm going to calculate the velocity by taking that distance divided by my time, right? In this case, it's meters divided by seconds. So let's go ahead and start the setup. All right, so what I did was I took a chair and I've cut my yarn. You can see it's tethered to the other end over there. So here I've got it nicely secured. The tape I'm using is painter's tape, which means it will stick to the surface, but it's not going to do any harm to it. All right, over on this end, I have already pre-strung both my straws, all right? So they move freely. I've gone ahead and put my long pieces of tape on here so I know I can adhere the balloon to this without a problem. And over on this end, I've got my string or my yarn adhered to the chair here. All right, now before we try to blow the balloons up, I recommend that you take the balloons and give them a good stretch in a bunch of different ways, right? Stretching out the balloon like this makes it much easier to blow up. So I've done the one, that's my small one, here's my larger one. Give it a good stretch, a bunch of different ways. And now I'm ready to start blowing up my first balloon. All right, so I've blown up the first balloon and notice that I'm pinching it. I don't tie it off. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'll show you in a second, is I'm going to line up my balloon and my straw. I've got some nice perpendicular lines going, and I adhere the tape. Okay, so I'm pinching, and I can see that the string and my balloon are nice and even. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'd have my timer. I'd do a countdown, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay, that one stayed. Let's try another one. All right, so now I've put the larger balloon on here, and again, I'm pinching it. My string was kind of sagging a little bit, so I went ahead and gave it a good tug here, pulled it a little more tight, making the line taut. I have taped the balloon to the straw, and I'm ready to start my timer, and I would say 3, 2, 1, release! Woo! That one took off. So you would do the timing, and finally, so then I go back over here and I would document how many meters my string is. Okay, so I have about 4 meters on each of those. And then I would put my time in here. Oh, say it's like 2.5 seconds, 2.4, and a 2.1, okay? So then I would do my calculations 4 divided by 2.5, 4 divided by 2.4, 4 divided by 2.1. And then I'm going to figure on from there what my actual velocity is, right? And I do that for both of these guys. All right, go have some fun. See what other different ways you can come up with testing and creating balloon rockets. Can you double string things? Just have fun. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.